The fear over what could happen in Tel Aviv comes on the heels of the downing of Malaysia Flight 17. The first bodies of the victims are on the way to the Netherlands this morning. It is a day of national mourning there. The bodies left Ukraine nearly a week after the Boeing 777 was shot out of the sky in rebel-held territory. But Mark Phillips shows us why it's believed more remains are still at the crash site. He's on the scene at Grabovo. Mark, good morning.
Good morning. Well, it is 6 days since this plane came down here, and finally the victims' bodies, the moving of them for the process of identification to the Netherlands, is underway. But there is a problem with the numbers. There were 298 people on this plane, and they have not all been accounted for. The first of the victims began the journey home from a place they never intended to be. The Ukrainians organized a military honor guard as coffins were loaded onto the Dutch cargo plane. Other flights full of similar coffins will follow. But how many coffins? Ukrainian and Dutch officials have been dealing with the grim accounting. Jan Twinder confirms the numbers don't add up.
There were more people on the plane. There were more remains to be found. And we are not in the position at this moment to put all the remains to persons. What we are sure of are 200.
And that confirms what Malaysian crash inspectors, the first on the site, and observers from the OSCE, the European Security Agency, have seen. Victims' remains were removed from the crash site and placed on a train carrying them out of rebel country. But Michael Borkyukov of the OSCE says they've had trouble with the numbers from the beginning.
We were told there are about 290 bodies on that train. We could not independently verify that, but as we walk around, we still are seeing body parts, not whole bodies. But from the day we arrived here, we've never seen that kind of really detailed combing over of the land.
And for the Malaysian aviation inspectors looking for clues on the crash site, there's another problem: the wreckage that isn't here anymore. This is already a highly compromised crime scene. There is no security. And if parts have been moved around, cut into, even taken away, they aren't just parts, they're evidence. It may be that any chance of carrying out a full and credible inquiry here has gone. And if the stench that's still around this place is any indication, there are still parts of victims' remains in this wreckage, and right now, nobody's looking for them.